Countdown to Kickoff is supported by and brought to you by Saltire Energy, the global market leader in specialist drilling equipment rental. And also by Craig International, who on Valentine's Day delivered cupcakes and roses to the hard-working nurses and staff at Friends of Anchor Unit and Sue Ryder. Craig International has been supporting Friends of Anchor for 18 years, and Sue Ryder is a charity very close to their hearts. After a pulsating game with Motherwell in midweek, Neil Warnock's side now welcome Hibs to Pittodrie on Saturday afternoon. It's 9th against 8th. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. UK time. In terms of the table, nothing separates the two sides. Both on 26 points, both have the same goal difference. But there is an opportunity, depending how results go elsewhere, to actually climb to 6th position. Motherwell face a very difficult away trip to Tynecastle, whereas Dundee welcomes struggling Ross County. Hi everybody, how you doing? A very warm welcome to Ali Beg ABTV this Friday evening. This is a pre-recorded preview show ahead of our game against Hibs on Saturday. So I really hope you enjoy the show today. If you're watching on Saturday, thank you so much for tuning in before I'm sure you head off to Pittodrie later today. So we've got a packed show for you today, got a lot to cram in. Thank you for leaving your messages and your thoughts and your comments on my social media pages today. I will get to all of your comments very shortly, but it's been another busy day, particularly down at Cormack Park, because Aberdeen, I'm sure you're well aware, have made a new signing, and we welcome to the club Junior Hoylett, who has signed a deal until the end of the season. He's 33 years old. He's been capped 62 times by Canada. His height is 5'8". He can play on the wing. He can play on either wing, to be honest, but he's more suited on the left-hand side. And this is what he had to say when he spoke to Aberdeen's media earlier this morning. I still have a lot of fire in me for the game. I want to enjoy playing football again. I've been keeping fit, training with Reading, and just waiting for the right opportunity to come along. When the gaffer, as in Neil Warnock, phoned, it was a blessing, and I am delighted to be here. I've worked with the gaffer before, so it was a no-brainer to come up here and join him. So, personally speaking, I think it's a fantastic piece of business by the football club today. Obviously, there's no fee involved. I'm sure he would have got a signing-on fee, but he came as a free agent. He's got so much experience. Let's not forget, he played for Canada in the Qatar World Cup. He made 3 appearances at the World Cup. So he does come with lots and lots of experience. He's played at the very highest level down in England. And of course, he's played under Neil Warnock at 2 different clubs. So I don't think he'll go into the team. I don't think he'll go straight in, even though he has been keeping himself fit by training with Reading. But I don't think he's quite match fit. So from what I understand, after he did the usual welcomes this morning at Cormack Park, and he did all the press for the Aberdeen website and spoke to Red TV, etc., he got a decent training session under his belt. But I still think it's a little bit too early to start the game. So what I thought I would do is just predict what I think will be the starting 11 tomorrow. So just let me grab that for you and chuck it in. There we go. So that's the team formation. And I also want to bring you a couple of... I'll tell you what I'm going to do first of all, just before we do the team news. So did you see that we've had our date with Kilmarnock for the Scottish Cup quarter-final now confirmed? So that game will now be played on Saturday, the 9th of March. Kickoff is at 12:15. So that's been confirmed today. Right, let's now have a look at what I think will be the team tomorrow. And I kind of hope you agree. So, same back four as on... the same back four that finished the game, let's put it that way, against Motherwell on Wednesday night. So I really hope Angus MacDonald keeps his place in a back four, and I'm sure you'll agree, let's hope it is a back four. I'm just wondering now for this type of game whether Graham will play just in front of the back four, and then Connor, Dante and Jamie will play across the middle of the park. And I don't think you can leave out Duke, because I think he made such a huge impression when he came on Wednesday night that I think he's got to start Saturday's game. So I'm going to get him playing alongside Bojan Majowski. I just think he looked great on Wednesday when he came in, and I was absolutely delighted to see the response by the fans, and particularly by Neil Warnock as well, who, again, I mentioned it in the review show, and the pictures are online of where he went straight over to him, put his arm around him, and they walked off the pitch together. And it was a really, really lovely moment and a fantastic photograph. If you've not seen it, it is online. Right, just while I'm at it, I just want to grab everything else for you while I'm here, so that we don't have to mess about a little bit later. Where are the stats? There's the stats. Okay. Let's not forget Dolly Digital, because there's a little story behind that as well. Where's Dolly? There he is. Going to grab him in. Okay, so we'll just concentrate on that at the moment. Right, so this is what Neil Warnock had to say about the game against Hibs. So the pluses are the other night with the character of the team. It would be quite easy to have given up. I thought the lads in midfield were really determined. I was very pleased with Connor, Shinnie and Clarkey. I thought Jamie and Duke contributed when they came on. It will be a good test for our defenders tomorrow. We've got a lot of strength in the other areas, and we've got to play to our strengths as well. So here are your match stats. So Aberdeen have won just one of their last 7 league games against Hibs, failing to score in our last 4. Hibs have won both of their last 2 league meetings with the Dons, last winning 3 times in a row against us in December 2004. Aberdeen remain winless in 6 league games. We've drawn 2, lost 2. And the man in the middle tomorrow is David Monroe, and David Dickinson will be on VAR. So, you know, it is another big game for us tomorrow, and I do think it's important. And I was pleased that Neil addressed it in his press conference, that he needs to get the first win under his belt. And I genuinely believe that once we get that win under him, I just think we can kick on. And I don't think we're that far away. And I think the determination shown on Wednesday night, it was a huge plus for us. So let's see how we get on tomorrow. It will, you know, we know what Hibs are like, bit stuffy, very much like us, up and down season. But Nick Montgomery will have them very much drilled. They're going to be difficult. Like most teams that come to Pittodrie, I think they'll try and frustrate us. But they do have pace down the wings. We need to be careful of that. And they can be quick up front. So as long as we contain them, and as long as we have that, you know, if we have the back four, I think we'll be okay, because Angus brings that solidity to the back four. And we looked much more assured when the changes were made against Motherwell. So I'd be absolutely shocked, if not horrified, if Neil doesn't go with a back four tomorrow. Right, so just before I get to your comments, I just wanted to show you this. And there is a story behind it. So just let me get the story up first of all. There it is. Okay, so this is the match day programme cover. There it is. And this Saturday celebrates 10 years of the Community Trust. And it features Donny the Sheep, which was illustrated by the talented Fernando Scala Sanson, aged 10, from Hillside Primary School. It was a competition that they put out, and that was his drawing, and it is on the front cover of Red Match Day for tomorrow. And I'm sure you'll agree. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Right, I'm just going to clear a couple of more things, because I do have some other bits and pieces for you for today. Just 2 little bits. Just let me get them for you. Okay, so history in there, and we'll get to that a little bit later. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is open up your comments and read out your comments which came in on my social media pages. So, Ang Jameson said, definitely think Duke should start. He deserves it after his performance against Motherwell and hopefully can build on his confidence with another goal. Come on, you Reds. Sydney Cutler has agreed. Hopefully Duke will start and Angus MacDonald. There was a really big difference to the defence when Angus came on. I think he would be captain material in the future. Also be good to see Hoylett get some game time. We have definitely missed an attacking winger. So as I suggested, I don't think Junior will start. But you just never know, do you? Absolutely never know. In fact, just while we're talking about Junior, honestly, I just can't see him starting. You may agree or disagree because we do need the width. But whether he starts on the left or whether he would start on the right, which would obviously mean Shaden Morris dropping out. So, but I just can't see it. I really can't. And maybe Neil will just chuck him in some point during the game if we're at a comfortable stage in the game and chuck him on. But I'm also wondering whether he wants to see him for a full week in training before our next game the following Saturday. So you just never know, really. But I'm sure that Junior would be absolutely chomping at the bit to at least get some sort of game time tomorrow. So all we can do is just wait until 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon once we get the team lines. Right, Douglas Hutchin has said, we need to keep the four at the back. Attacking play is only successful when it starts with a solid defence. Duke should retain his place and maybe a 4-3-1-2 formation. Susan Casey has said, would be great to get a win in front of a packed Pittodrie. That was interesting. So earlier today, there was a lot of talk that there's only 400 tickets left for the game. Now that was a few hours ago, so I'd be very surprised if they haven't all been snatched up. Lots of kids will be there for the AFCCT Day, the 10th anniversary, of course. David Galder says, I think Duke will start. In fact, just while that's in my head, the club are planning a big Tifo celebration, aren't they? And with all the kids. And from what I can understand and read, they want to make it the biggest kids display that's ever been seen in Scottish football. So that's what the club were planning. That just literally popped into my head. I just remembered. So I won't be surprised if tomorrow, Saturday, is a complete sellout. So getting back to David's point, just reiterate, he says, I think Duke will start. I think we'll start with a similar shape to what we changed to after going 3-0 down to Motherwell. Jensen might come back into the back four. I don't think he'll be ready. Neil said that he's had to have antibiotics and he's hoping to do a little bit of running. But I think the game might come a little bit too early for him. And he also mentioned what a cool head he thought Angus MacDonald had when he came on a Wednesday. Gordon Ritchie has said, hi all, got to play the team that played after we went 3-0 down. Jensen, if fit, or McDonald, must win, need points to climb the table. Come on, you Reds. Cameron Young has said, hopefully a 2-1 Aberdeen win. Need to get results if we want to avoid the relegation zone. Gavin Bush has said, I'm hoping we see Duke and Angus on from the start. If we perform the way we did in coming back from 3-0 down against Motherwell, then we're going to be just fine. But we need to keep that level up in every minute from now until the end of the season. Lewis Sutherland has said, hopefully he'll start with McDonald at the back and Duke up front with Bojan. If Hoylett starts, then maybe we will see decent supply to the forwards for a change. You see, that's the one thing that has really bugged me, not just recently, but the entire season, is that we just have not got enough balls into the box from wide areas. We used to see it all the time when Johnny was in his pomp, with Niall McGinn, just constantly feeding Adam Rooney. And that was a style of football that I think that we all enjoyed. It was quick, it was pacey, it was exciting. And I think, when we have width and when we get balls early into the box, with a player of Bojan's predatory instincts, why would we not want to get the ball into the box as early as we can? So hopefully Junior will add that dimension to us. Derek Beattie made a very good point when he posted earlier. He said, realistically, there are 5 teams in with a chance of that last top 6 place. Dundee, ourselves, Motherwell, Hibs and St Johnstone. Killie and St Mirren, being 9 and 10 points clear of us, respectively, are both very hard to catch before the split. Therefore, realistically, it's 5 teams fighting for 1 spot. The Hibs game is vital. Need a win to finally get some momentum going, and top 6 should well be within reach. Get top 6, then definitely a possibility to finish 4th, but let's just ensure we get top 6 first. Simon Roy. Hi Simon. I'm hoping Angus and Duke start the game, but maybe half time get Dante on, key the midfield, full of energy and attack, and he would like to see Ross Doohan back in goal. Matthew Cool is on. Hi Matthew. Was good to hear your interview with Big Xander the other day. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Duke should start and so should McDonald. He's predicting a 3-1 win for the Dons. If you missed the Sander Diamond interview, it was one of those quick-fire question rounds that I did with him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a category on the YouTube site, on the channel, where you can watch all the quick-fire question and answer sessions that I've done with the former players. So Willie Millers is there, Xander Diamonds is there. I need to find the others. They're kicking about somewhere. But I'm going to make a category where you can just watch them individually. Ian Bruce has said, why don't we just go for it with a 4-3-3 formation? What's the thoughts on how the new signing will help? I think he'll help massively. Well, I really hope so anyway. And he comes with so much experience. That's something else we've got to think about. Graham Watson has said, think Neil might match Hibs' 4-4-2 formation. Duke and Bojan up front. Jensen back if fit, although would prefer McDonald to start. Maybe Hayes wide left. Hoylett an upgrade on what we have. Don't think he would be any good as a wing back either though. Hope Morris is still in the squad. May get a chance of redemption at some point this season. Has happened to other players before. Ross Thompson has said, tomorrow's game will be like a cup final for both teams. Now Neil has a few games under his belt and has shown that he's not afraid to change things. I'm going for a home win. Just hope the keeper can keep a clean sheet. George Finlay is here. He said, great addition, Hoylett coming in. Warnock obviously still rates him and will give experience. Looking forward to a big game tomorrow. Come on, you Reds. Johnny Wilson said, hopefully a back 4. Duke up top with Bojan. Clarkson further forward and Junior on the wing. Come on, you Reds. Dave Sharp says, Duke should definitely start. And he asks the question on the left side of the front 3. David Scott, start Duke, Hoylett if clearance comes through in time. Hibs' weakness is their defence. We should have signed a winger in transfer window. Hopefully create more chances for Bojan so he's not constantly feeding off scraps. Exactly. John Grant has said, come on the Dons. Play like we did after the subs went on against Motherwell and we will be fine. Schoolboy error, Ali. Always put your phone on silent. Walker McCall. Hi, Walker, former Dons striker. He says, McDonald needs to start. He was a calming influence on Gartenmann once he came on, and the latter's game improved also a back 4, as Hibs' 2 wide players are good. So Devlin and McKenzie need to be at it from the off. John McDonald says, Warnock obviously has little time to rate or assess his squad, with his only way to find out was in a game. Full marks to him for being astute enough after quickly going 3-0 down. He made those subs and changed the formation. Very sharp football brain. I'm pretty sure the team he sets out will see off Hibs easily. And finally, the last message or comment that came in was from Scott Bowie. He says, think you should start the team that played from the 30th minute onwards. They deserve the chance tomorrow. Warnock knows what he'll get from Hoylett. Good experience and hope he can help out in the squad. There we go. Right, there we are. So that's all the comments that came in. So thank you for that. So we've done just over 20 minutes. I've still got a couple of bits and pieces to do. First and foremost, talking of Duke. On this day, in the year 2000, he was born. Duke has played 77 games for the Dons, scoring 25 goals. Today, he celebrates his 24th birthday. Doesn't it make you feel old when folk are born at the beginning of the millennium? Dearie, dearie me. And on this day, in 1980, Aberdeen thrash Airdrie 8-0 in a Scottish Cup 4th round tie at Pittodrie, and former striker Steve Archibald helped himself to 4 goals that day. Right, if you are going to Pittodrie tomorrow, here is your weather forecast. So at kickoff, they're expecting cloudy conditions with gusty wind. The temperature will be 7 degrees. The high will be 8 degrees and the low will be 4 degrees. So as always, in these winter months, wrap up and keep yourselves warm. Right, guys, that is us. We are all done for today's preview show. Hope you really enjoyed the show. And as always, many thanks for getting in touch and leaving your comments. So we'll be back on Sunday night for the review show. And what I'm hoping is to have Junior Hoylett's Canadian teammate, David Wotherspoon, who plays for Dundee United, on the show to have a little chat about Junior. So if I can arrange that over the next couple of days, I will bring that to you in the review show on Sunday night. So as always, to finish off, all that's left to say is the very best of luck to the lads tomorrow. Let's get Neil's first win under our belts and then let's really kick on. And if you can show the type of spirit, fight, desire and determination to come back from 3-0 down against Motherwell, I think all Dons fans will have every confidence that you can get the 3 points against Hibs. Just a gentle reminder, I'll be on North Sound 1 on Saturday on the big Saturday football show between 2 and 6. So if you can't get to Pittodrie and you want regular updates, I'll be reporting live. So thanks ever so much. Have a fantastic weekend and I'll see you all on Sunday night. Stand free.